And welcome once again, dear friends, to the Thursday edition of Fresh Bread. This is Reverend Phil Anderson, pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church and Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church here in Topeka, Kansas. Hey, it is Thursday. The week's flying right by. First week of the year. It is now January 5th, 2023. Hope you're having a good week. And again, we're just sharing now as we're kind of getting relaunched here with Fresh Bread. We hope to be able to continue this if there's enough people to listen and to have an interest in this. We'd like you to share it with your friends. Let people know, hey, we're on our website, which is, of course, kaumc.church. So they can look it up on their internet, kaumc.church. That stands for Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church .church. And so let people know that. We'd love to have a good number of people listening in. Well, again, we're talking about some of the visions for this next year as the next few weeks roll around. We were talking about having a ministry fair again in like February or March, depending on what's a good day for, either on a Saturday, maybe even a Sunday afternoon, could be a Monday night, could be any time. And so we want to really think outside the box. We're trying to find some creative ways to reach out and contact and connect with our neighbors. So, we talked about the ministry fair. We talked about prayer walking yesterday. There's a lot of other things we can do that kind of fit into this whole concept of what can we do that would encourage connections to our neighbors, as well as what can we do to help encourage people to have healthy lifestyles. So one of the other things that has been mentioned is like a movie night. Well, we have the movies. Let me tell you what, we have Pure Flakes now. We are able to rock and roll with Pure Flakes. We have no less than, I think, well over 1,000 titles to choose from, and they're all really good shows. We watched one of them on Friday night, December the 16th, and it was called Silver Bells. They actually had a pretty good turnout over at Kansas Avenue for that. This is something both churches can do. We need a certain amount of bandwidth on our Wi-Fi, and we want to make sure that we have the technical components ready to go. And so I want to talk about that a little bit today. One of the things is that when we are looking at doing new things, we will have some costs involved. It just will happen. And we have finances available to do some of these things. We've been blessed with some memorial gifts at both churches, I believe, and certainly they would be helping us to do that. We could do special offerings. We could do a fundraiser, but we need to boost the Wi-Fi and the service that we have so that we can start doing some more of these programs at the church that are going to help us then reach out to our neighbors. Well, one of the suggestions has been to do a movie night. Now, I had a long time ago mentioned that if we could somehow tap into First Friday Art Walks in Noto at Kansas Avenue, then we could maybe have some refreshments back there, maybe even sell them for a fundraiser for the youth group or for sending kids to camp in the summer. Maybe in the summer we could do cookouts outside in our area out by the annex there, where we could be maybe selling brats or hot dogs or hamburgers and things, where we're just really helping to connect with our neighbors and our friends and let people know, hey, we're out here trying to do this to raise some money so that our church can help send some people to these camps or different things. Or maybe we're raising money for our technical end. Well, I've been able to visit with some other local Methodist pastors here of late and have found out that some of the churches, no bigger than ours, I'm quite sure, have really nice equipment that they had to get, and some of the things they thought they were going to get, such as computers, they thought, oh, these will work. And when the person came in from the United Methodist Church office here in Topeka, it'll take a look at it. He kind of just shook his head and smiled and said, well, no, actually you need something quite a bit more powerful than that. And so that's kind of where we're at. We want to make sure that we are in a position to get what we need. So not only do we have infrastructure that needs to be upgraded at both churches, but we also have equipment needs so that we can do live streaming of services and hopefully eventually some podcasts. And these are things that we believe, and we have the statistics that kind of back this up, that are going to help us long term reach more people, because there's a lot of people now that aren't coming back to church. Ever since COVID, they have not made it back, and friends, for the most part, as far as we know, they're not coming back. And so we need to now go ahead and try to do things that we can do on our end so that we can reach them, keep them plugged in, and we can even do a type of a ministry and outreach so that we can be more just present with him online. One of the folks I know here in Topeka does Bible studies on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. He does it on Zoom. Well, how many of our church people know how to use Zoom? How many have email? How many have the ability to even to listen to the Fresh Bread broadcast on our website, kaumc.church? And so all these things are swirling around right now. We've just got so many of them that we're dealing with, but we do want to let you know that we are working on these things. And we're going to tell you tomorrow about a couple more things that are right in the same area. And I want you to come back tomorrow to hear some of this, because we're going to try to start moving forward into these areas here in the next couple of weeks. So do pay attention. We're gonna need all hands on deck. So I'll tell you more tomorrow if you come back for Fresh Bread. Until then, may God richly bless you. Is my prayer. Have a great Thursday.